on 105.5 The Roar. And now back to Get Warrior Tough with Andrew Wittman.
Again and again and again and one more time. It's Get Warrior Tough time, the most monumental hour in media anywhere. I'm leadership and mental toughness coach Andrew Wittman, joined by the mighty Lee Harper and the totally awesome Drew Dog Wittman here in studio with us today. All right, so we're talking about, I want to talk a little bit about goal setting right now. Now, Lee, this might shock you, but this is what I'm about to say. So here's my thoughts on it, that goal setting is a complete waste of time.
And that really surprises me because that's totally opposite of what even the traditional thinking of trying to get successful. It goes against everything that you're taught.
Right, but you know me by now, Lee, that I always go like against the conventional wisdom.
That's right.
Right, like so. Goal setting, not only is it a complete waste of time, I think it's potentially harmful. And people are like, what? Yeah. So here's my thoughts on this. Okay, so this is kind of what Jeff was talking about with the weekend. He didn't have a plan. So have you ever gone on family vacation where you didn't know where you were going?
Plenty of times.
And how'd those work out?
It makes for a good story.
Right. Well, let me ask you this. How did you plan? How did you pack? If you didn't know where you were going. So here's what I ask people. So maybe you need to go get surfboards. That's a goal. I'm going to set the goal. I got to get surfboards. And then Drew's going to have the goal of go get skis. I'm going to go get fishing gear. Oh, wait, we're going hiking.
Right.
So we all get our goals. Let's pat ourselves on the back. I accomplished all the goals that I set. But they were taking us in opposite directions, and they didn't take us anywhere near the target or the destination.
In our case, you want to pick a mechanically sound vehicle.
There you go. That's a good one too. But I mean, people are like, let's just get in the car and drive. Okay, that make a great story, and that might be how you want to do one vacation or whatever. But there's no way to pack. There's no way to plan, and so people set goals that could go, but they don't know where they're going. And again, back to the target. So all of our goals were met with the surfboard, skis, and fishing gear. Maybe we got some hunting rifles too, but now we're going hiking on the Appalachian Trail. So all of our goals were met, but it didn't help us. In fact, it was a complete waste of our time, effort, and energy. But I could feel good because I set goals and I made them.
You just didn't make the correct ones.
Yeah, so they're sand traps. Goals without a vision, goals without a target, goals without an ultimate destination are nothing more than sand traps and water obstacles.
So does that mean that you don't like short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals? It's more about how you get there than it is the goal.
Yeah, well, let me ask Drew this question, because once you knew what you wanted to do, you wanted to build defense contractor, weapons, drones, missiles, rockets, that kind of stuff, aeronautic, all those cool stuff that Tony Stark does. Once you knew that was your destination, then all the stuff to how to get there filled in. All your goals, short-term, medium-term, long-term, all filled in automatically, didn't they?
Correct, yeah.
So how did you decide where you're going to go to college?
Citadel.
Yeah, but how did you decide that?
I decided because, they have the network, when they get the ring at the end, they're like brothers, man.
Right, so all the mental toughness and the leadership and the networking, but what else? What was the big thing that got you down there? I mean, besides that, what's the bonus because of what?
Boeing.
They have they're ranked number 4 in the country now, mechanical engineering programs anywhere, because Boeing is dumping a ton of money into there at the Citadel to make, and so that fits in exactly with what you want to do, right?
That's correct.
So it's easy. You don't have to worry about where am I going to go to college, what am I going to do, what am I going to study, what am I going to major in, all those things automatically filled in. Is that right?
That's correct.
So once you know what your destination is, the goals automatically fill in as benchmarks, right?
That's right. Yes, sir.
Wow. So now I ask this: if you don't know where your life's going, if you don't know where your business is going, if you don't know what your destination is, it's time to stop messing around. I do a thing in the corporate, man, and they don't like it, but I call it the death clock. You heard of that?
No.
Okay. So what I do is I take the CDC numbers, the average lifespan for men and women by age. My age, I have less than 9,800 days left. Now, I want to beat the average. I'm going to live a long time. I am going to beat the average. But the average is 9,800 days is all I have left in my age bracket. I ain't got time to waste not knowing. I'm not going to be the hamster on the wheel setting goals. Maybe I need to spin this wheel 100 more times per hour. Woo! And then when I get off the wheel, where am I?
You're in the same place.
The same exact place. So I only have 9,800 days left. I am not wasting one of them on not knowing where I'm going or what I want out of life or what's the outcome that I want or what it looks like. Now, Drew, you're a young dude. You've got probably, 15,000 or 18,000 days.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Is it? Sounds like it, but every day, like this day is gone. By the time we get out of the studio and we get home, we'll get a workout in, you and I, and then it'll be almost over.
That's right. It'll be dinner time and then bed.
Yep. So now you're down to 17,999. What are you doing tomorrow?
And as you get older, you're going to find out that time goes by a lot faster than you think it is.
Doesn't it, Lee? Isn't it crazy? My theory on that is because when you were a kid at Christmas time, when you were 5, it seemed like forever for the next Christmas because 1 year was 1/5 of your life. No, you and me, Lee, that's like 1/50th of our life, man. So percentage-wise, the thing rolls around faster and faster. And I mean, I'm looking at my schedule for just the calendar until now, until football season starts. I'm booked. I have a couple days, and that's it. That's crazy. The summer's over. It's just getting started. I ain't got time to waste any of my days without knowing what I'm going to do or where I'm going.
Well, it really does my heart good to see a young man right here who's got his priorities in order and his life in order.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Now, I got to tell you, with Mental Toughness 101, now I know on the website that it's geared towards stress control and stress management, but really what the site is, what Mental Toughness 101, that program is it walks you down the path of coming up with your vision. There's an emotional intelligence self-assessment. We walk you psychologically down the path to get to where you could write the vision and write it as easy as you could do it. But there is a process. Now, you were like a lot of my guinea pig. Because before I was putting this program out, when you started, I started mental toughness coaching you when you were a freshman. When your wrestling coach, broke your arm in practice.
Yeah.
About that.
That was not fun.
No, but so you and I had to work on overcoming the injury.
Yes.
And then getting back in there and doing the absolute best that you could to your genetic potential.
That's right.
And then it kind of spilled over into the vision and not just control on the wrestling mat, but then we started controlling your emotions.
Right.
Now now you read a lot of books, right? What was the first book that you read that you can remember that put you on this path of clarity and vision? And
I think it was you gave me How to Win Friends and Influence People
by Dale Carnegie. Now, how did that help you? How did that help you? How did it help?
Helps me with my friends and the family life at home. I don't get as many arguments with my mom anymore.
Nice. So what did it teach you in that book?
Just how to interact with people, and the way. To be able to see like through their eyes, instead of
put yourself in their shoes and
right.
kind of help understand their perspective. Now, what other books? Now you read some. You're reading one right now called The Leadership Challenge. Is that
That's right?
And
That's
there's one on negotiation that you're also reading. I saw in your stack over there as well, right? So what is it that what are you pumping? What are you feeding on all this stuff for? What's the point?
I just try to make myself a better person overall, and of course the way I picture it is that these things are going to help me down the road. And eventually, once, of course, when I'm running the business and doing the big defense contracting company, you're going to have to know how to be a leader and be able to negotiate and influence people. So.
And that also fed into you going to the Citadel or wanting to go to the Citadel, right?
Yeah, that's right.
You're like, it's a done deal. You ain't even applying.
There's no other options.
There's no other options. I know, right? I love it. And your brother's wanting to go there too, right?
He does.
Yeah,
He's
Jack.
coming there now.
Jack's not in the studio today. We miss you, buddy. He went to Carowinds yesterday. He's up at the family farm, and he usually runs all my video production. So I'm hoping the video comes out good today. But we miss you, Jacko. Okay. Now, the last kind of thing that we're going to wrap up here, is I just want to talk a little bit more about sand traps, because folks, with not knowing what they want clearly, they get off like, hey, look, a bunny rabbit. Hey, look, a bright, shiny ball. There's a lot of distractors out there because it's either the easy thing or it seems like it's the thing that, could be a good opportunity. Let me ask you that, Lee. Have you ever come across something that looked like a good opportunity, but then if you jumped on it, that it really didn't turn out to be where you wanted to be?
Many times.
Tell me about that, man. What happened?
Well, there's been lots of times, and it's not just with me. I'm just talking in general.
In general, yeah, just talking general.
These pyramid schemes. There's a lot of people that have gone and put these different things out there that it looks wonderful on paper, but in reality, when you know in your mind that this is not probably a good thing
that you want to do, but you jump on because
you do it anyhow because of the dream.
And so what is the dream? So this is back to clarity. You see clearly what is your dream, and when you know what yours is and not somebody else's.
See, just as I've gotten older in life, I realize what I want out of life, and that's simply to be happy. Just simply to be happy and successful while being happy. So,
and that looks like different things to different people. You're talking in truths, not in fact. So if we walk down our process of clarity, relevance, accuracy, Could you give me factually what that looks like? What does success mean to you? See, this is a great coaching exercise you and I are doing right now, because people, they'll tell me I want to be happy and be successful. What does that mean to you?
See, for me, that's being at peace with my life, being at peace, being at, just being enjoying what I have in life, and not looking at all the negative aspects of life, looking at all the positive aspects of life.
And that's a great thing to do. And I always use Michael Phelps as when we talk about success. Success is however you define it. Now, when he first swam at the Olympics, I think he was 15. The first time he went, he didn't even medal. His success was getting on the team. This last time that he went, he had that little note over there in the corner with his coach. It was 8 medal, 8 golds. Anything less than 8 golds was not going to be success for him. So he defined his success. He went after his success, and he got it. So success is however you define it. And then the last thing is, could this be more exact? Could I be more exact when I'm saying this is what I want to be happy about? What does that look like? And we'll paint that picture and kind of draw that out. Man, the time is gone already. Holy smokes. Where did that hour go?
See what I was telling you? The older you get, the faster it goes.
Right about that.
Well, I'm hanging out with great folks and having a great time with great people. I mean, this is what my life's all about. This is what is enjoying the journey.
And that's honestly that's what it's all about. We've got this gift of life.
Mm-hmm.
You make the most out of your life. You don't. It's a shame to sit there and have people to sit there and sit around and waste away.
Wow, you know what? And that's absolute truth. Is let's make the most.
And I know too many people that do that.
Right, and that's what I'm all about. Is squeezing I want to get the most out of life that I can. I want to squeeze every drop out of this gift of life that we've been given. I want to experience as much good and fun and have a great time. And yeah, that means tough stuff happens, but let's work through it. And what could we learn off of it and pivot from it and not do that one again? And just, I love life and I love people, man.
Well, we've never been given anything. We've never promised that we weren't going to face adversity in our life. We were never promised anything.
No,
in
and
life.
You know what? If we didn't have adversity, I wouldn't have a job, man.
Hey, adversity is what it's all about. I've dealt with the death of my father. I'm dealing with my mom losing her memory.
Wow. Yeah.
It's a hard thing, and I'm afraid of the unknown, what's ahead of us. But I'm at peace. And that's the main thing.
Be at peace, and my parents are getting older too and elderly, and they've had a great life and they had a great run, and it's they've squeezed as much out of and that's what I always want to do, is squeeze as much out of life as we can. And that's what I'm doing for Drew and Jack and my little girl Michaela, try to set them up for as much success and get them ahead of the curve as much as possible. So, hey, Drew, I want to thank you for coming in and sharing. I know opening yourself up publicly is, a lot of folks.
Whatever.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I got to say this, and I know, again, I'm biased, but you are literally, my respect and admiration for you is huge. You are one of the most mentally tough people that I know. And I look at you and I think, wow, I wish I was like that when I was at your age. I mean, you got, the mental discipline, the physical discipline. And you're a work in progress. I ain't saying that you're perfect or whatever. None of us are, but you're on the right track, buddy. And I'm impressed.
I got a suggestion for a name for your program: Self-Guidance Counselors.
There you go. You might want to write that in the book.
That's going down.
And then you give a little, asterisk for Lee. Give him credit. Hey, Lee, I want to thank you for doing what you do and working your magic back there.
Thanks,
and keeping the trains running on time. And dude, I stuck my head on that side of the studio. It's like a Star Trek dashboard over there, man.
I hope it's going to be giving more Star Trekkers here in a little while. We're constantly upgrading.
That's
trying
awesome.
to get things better, and I want to thank the management and ownership.
Yeah, and I do too. Those are great guys, and the CCP family is a great family. It's been a great home for me, and I'm looking forward to a long friendship with you guys and being part of the family. All right, guys. So next week is the 4th of July. We won't be live in studio, so I think we're going to run a best of or something. Is that right, Lee?
That is correct.
Okay. So and then we'll see you the following week. And I'm kind of bummed. I know it's the 4th, but no.
Everybody enjoy time with your families.
Yeah, I know, but I love doing this too. I mean, this is I think about doing the show all week long. It's a total pleasure for me. So anyway, I appreciate it, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
We are WCCP Clemson Greenville 105.5 The Roar.